Hello everybody, this is Banter Blitz. My name is Jan Gustafsson. I'm delighted to be here in my very basement and to play more lovely chess games with you people. You people are, of course, Chess24 Premium members. If you are not a Chess24 Premium member yet, you can become one by going to chess24.com/premium. If you use the voucher code Yanistan, you get 15% off at checkout. And then you can challenge me to a lovely Blitz game. My name is Jan, and this show will be fun. That's our new slogan. We used to be called America's Show, but somehow it didn't stick. Then, I don't know, elitist chess nerds got too political as well. Therefore, we needed a new tagline for the show. And I believe my name is Jan and it will be fun is exactly where we want to be at. Therefore, welcome to today's program. I hope you guys appreciate that I put on a t-shirt of a monkey playing chess. You can't see the chessboard, but I promise he is playing chess. I've been told by the Chess24 bosses that I should be more useful. And I'm assuming they mean useful, but they struggled with the TH. Therefore, I did react with this t-shirt. Now, without further ado, let's get to game number one, because of course, this is the show where we play interesting chess games. And what could be more interesting than playing against KFGG? Probably this more interesting opponents, but I could not click on any. Therefore, it is Mr. KFGG who is using a fox as his avatar, which makes me think he's probably cunning as a fox. I also believe he probably read some David Smurden book and he's going to blitz out bishop to g4. But I was wrong. He just wanted to recapture the pawn. This is the so-called Scandinavian. See, there's me with my advanced chess terms. It's also not true. D5, this is what people in Minnesota call the Scandinavian. After e takes d5, usually they recapture the pawn. But there is this movement to delay recapturing the pawn, attacking it with a horsey, with knight to f6. And then after d4, most people do not recapture here, but play bishop to g4, trying to be very aggressive. Knight to c6 brings out another horsey, which, I don't know, strikes me as a little on the meaty side. Too many horses that early in the battle. They can get pushed around. Not sure if you guys have seen the movie Gladiator. Horses are not always an advantage in mano-a-mano combat. You can see the knight had to go back because the knight belongs to b8, and the going is getting tougher for KF. Path B1998 is saying, Jan, how long are you gonna ghost me, mate? I had no idea I was ghosting you, but I think I'll start right here, right now. So let's stop the time. 1835, the German time. So currently I'm ghosting you, well, I just mentioned it, for 10 seconds. Pufendorf is saying, I should have been invited to the Mr. Dodgy Invitational. I do agree, it's a crime, a sign of disrespect. He pretty much invited anybody who can walk or has been associated with Magnus Carlsen or is good at chess. And I'm at least one of these things. Therefore, I am deeply, deeply hurt, and I would like to strongly deny the theory that I said, nah, I don't want to play, but I can do a bit of commentary if you insist. That is not what happened, and I will keep that position. Lazy Strategist saying, Jan, can you invite us to GM chat? You are not a GM according to my notes, laser strategist. So obviously I cannot. But yeah, it's a fun place. Our Telegraph GM chat. It's called Telegraph or Telegram? One of the two. And you're missing out. Oh, as for this game, who am I kidding? I'm playing terribly, but I'll somehow win. Which is another sentence that could stand as, you know, a Banter Blitz tagline. Playing terribly, but usually due to the fact that I'm way, way stronger than the people I play, I will eventually win. Which is what makes it such a fascinating format. As for the position, I'm a pawn down, but now I might win a piece. I was gonna say, but I have compensation because of blah, blah, blah. Then I thought, compensation. Who knows what that word means? It means you have a material deficit on the chessboard. And you feel that you have certain dynamic factors in your favor. Like you can take the queen, that might compensate, therefore compensation, for your material deficit. And KFGG, after that unfortunate queen situation, decides to resign. But in fairness, he was already in trouble after this. This little, what do you call this? Is it a skewer? Is it a double pawn attack? I think it's a double pawn attack. Yaboy Deproy is saying, I'm shocked Hammer wasn't invited. Wasn't Hammer mentioned as invited? I don't want to start any controversy here, but I saw Hammer appear on the list and then disappear. What happened there? We're talking about the Mr. Dodgy Invitational, of course, not my basement. Hammer, you're always welcome in my basement. What else can I tell you? I did get a second kid. I have a total of 2 kids now. Mom and kid are back home, healthy. Everybody's doing fine. So there's that. I took a few days off. And by off, I mean doing, you know, family stuff. Like laying in bed saying, I know you just gave birth and you have to take care of all the kids, but I am a little hungry. So I think it was time well spent. And it has been very, very humbling experience, especially for the people around me. No, but seriously, it's all fine. We're very happy. Like, to the extent that I can be happy. Let's play more chess games. Btamasya. That's our boy, Tamás Borsos from Hungary. Or as they say in Hungary, Borsos Tamás. I used to spend some time in Hungary when I was working for Peter Leko. And if you mention Hungary, he's very famous in his town, Szeged, because he's, you know, a big chess star. But if you mentioned in Szeged, that's his town, that you were working for Peter Leko, no one would understand what you're talking about. But then you remember and you say, I'm working for Leko Peter. And they say, Leko Peter, our city's favorite son. So there was a long-winded, very boring way to say that Hungarians, I guess like Chinese, like to say the last name before the first name. And Jess DJ is asking, what are your thoughts on the new topic, chess elitism? Yeah, I have to read up more about the topic because, fun fact, I'm not 100% sure what elitism means, which I guess applies to some people talking about that in general, but I'm honestly not sure. So elitist, I think we had this discussion on some earlier show. Elitist means that you are using or behaving in a way that excludes others that are not familiar with your terminology. Is that it? Zeelandson saying GMs think they're better than IMs. That's elitism. That makes no sense, no? Grandmaster is a higher title. Do you mean they think they're better people, better human beings? Or what was that? Nine Deuce says it means you're a chess player and middle class. I am a chess player and middle class. Does that mean I'm elitist? It's so confusing. I need more definitions while I am playing this position. Can I go here with the queen? Queen is this big piece standing next to the king. No, seriously though, I did take it a bit to heart. I really didn't follow the discussion much, but I've been thinking if on our shows and also on this, I'm using too much chess lingo that... See, lingo. Look at the fancy German and his big words. And that would exclude viewers. So let me know if that's the case. The truth about me is I want to talk about other stuff, mainly about myself, than chess. And I do not feel this natural mission to explain chess to anybody. Doesn't have anything to do with if you're a good or a bad player. But it's never really where my focus has been, which I understand is a bit of a problem if you're in the chess education business. But, you know, just telling you like it is. Therefore, I do not worry about it that much. But of course, I do care about keeping the show halfway watchable. So, if my language is too complex, because I have all the best words, let's face it, please let me know. Here, for example, h takes g5. I capture this pawn. If bishop takes g5, I have what in the business some people call a knight fork with knight f2. However, after knight f2, attacking both these rooks, there was some bishop back to e3, and which, you know, could have led my knight into some hot water. He did not do that, and now I have achieved what I think you want to achieve with this h6 g5, which outside of Van Valeyville is not a very commonly used strategy. Control over that square. If he plays h3, I'm not quite sure what to do next. There might be some tactical issues, but we'll deal with those once we get there. Mr. Dodgy is saying the mountain was streaming chess earlier. Wow. So what do we do? I'm sure if I check my work channels, I will have suggestions. Can we get the Hound on the show? What's the Hound been up to? I'm getting more explanations about elitism. I have to win this game somehow after that. I'll read up on it. Thanks, guys. Ben is arguing. Which Ben is that? Johnson Feingold? I heard Feingold he got into some hot water, no? He's arguing that viewers should watch good players instead of the POC guys. Anybody can watch whatever the F they want, no? Like, not too controversial. People start watching the POC guys in the first place because they're elite. Sorry, now I disappeared. Players of their respective games. Is it elite players or this is just lack of knowledge? It's also, you can be a popular streamer without being an elite player, no? By being, I don't know, entertaining or weird or both. So, I don't know. I don't have a big horse in that fight, but of course, I've noticed, and I'm guessing everybody else, that, yeah, that debate is out there, and that chess is getting bigger and bigger on the good old Twitch, which, yeah, has never been my platform. And that's not because I think it's uncool or anything. It's because I've never been into games very much. So I, yeah, have always hung out more in other places I'm than Twitch. Even though I like the community, I never had any shows that came natural to me because I don't know the first thing about games. And maybe that shows that I don't know the first thing about Twitch because I'm guessing. And you guys, Twitch people, tell me that maybe it's not that much about games anymore. Anyway, this is Grandpa asking his granddaughter to explain. What are these kids doing on TikTok? Do I have to show my face in these videos? That's pretty much it. Jason Rice 666 is saying, who cares about Reddit? Wow. All of this sounding so toxic. And in the meantime, I have not talked about the one thing we all care about deeply. The royal game of chess. Here I sacrificed a pawn by advancing mine to the g4 square. He took it, and now I'm hoping to regain it by targeting it with my rook. If that operation would turn out to be successful, I would hope that I created some pawn weaknesses in his camp. I went rook g5, mainly hoping that he would pre-move knight here. After which I could capture it, because I was assuming that the idea of knight to d4 was to jump here and target this pawn. Not quite sure how to proceed, if we're being honest. Bishop here looks like it could be somewhat sensible. Sleepy Mario is saying, no, I think a bunch of NA? What's NA? Kids had to figure out on the internet that chess existed because bringing a board to tournament kind of sucks. First of all, it's good that chess is such a natural fit on the internet, no? And bringing a board to tournaments is weird. I could never really get used to the practice in the USA. I played not many, but like 2-3 tournaments there where you had to bring your board, and so different from the European chess scene that I was used to. I'm in some trouble in this game, so before we resume our talks about chessboards and tournaments, let me win it. But I did take his horsey now, and therefore I have a winning advantage. Good game by btamasya though. And btamasya lost on time. Thanks for the game. Wow, we have a Grandmaster? We have a Grandmaster on the show, boys and girls. Let's play the Grandmaster. Ocean Storm, a Russian Grandmaster. Why is your rating so low, Mr. Ocean? Why is your name Ocean Storm? Are you in any way related to Danny Ocean? What is going on here? I have so many questions. After c3, I think in my chessable course I also gave some greedy move like Queen e7, which I thought was possible. But Ocean Storm has me all scared. So I'm playing the quote-unquote old main line, which is bring both your bishops out, pin the horses, and after bishop e2, you take and go queen here, which I think historically has been considered a pretty solid line for black. White typically takes on c6 and now goes queen e2 check. But he does not have an advantage in these positions, therefore it's a very safe way to deal with this onslaught if you're looking for one. Not sure what goes where, but how bad can it be? This bishop can always retreat to b6, put some pressure on what's called the d4 pawn. At the very least, it's hard to believe that black should be in trouble here. I'm wondering if I should transform the position with knight e3 and c5. Better chess player would know if that's a good or bad idea. But that's what would make them a better chess player. Take, no? Not sure how much this is, but at the very least. Black is fine. I guess he should take and go pawn to b4. He goes pawn to b4 directly. Now can I go here? Let's find out. Looks logical trying to get rid of this weakness. Now I have this little Zwischentausch, as we say in German, intermediate exchange, so I can recapture without my, what's the thing called? Bishop being under attack. He wants king c6, rook to c1, yeah? I could just go bishop back to b6. I also kind of like the idea of centralizing my king. Why make life too complex? As usual, not fully sure what I'm doing in this phase of the game. The good news is I have an extra pawn, which should give me a bit of a head start. But it will be a long, thorny road till we make any progress. Do I go rook d3 or rook d5? I'll play it very safe. c4, right? Ugh, I'm so hopeless in rook endings, as I'm sure regular viewers of the show will know. Couldn't figure out where to put my king, and he's apparently decided that rook b4 he can take and go king d4, king d6, king c4, b3, king b3, king c5. Could be. f4, so aggressive. Now rook b4 takes. Oh, I wish I could calculate. I don't know why I went rook b4. Okay, let me try to figure this out. Takes, king d4, king d6, king c4. Doesn't work. King f6, king c4, h5, takes, king f5, king b4. Okay, that looks like a good race. So let's see. I didn't count, if we're being perfectly honest, which would probably have been a good idea. But I was hoping it can't be too bad. You probably counted, huh? Ocean boy? Not sure if that's allowed. But I guess there's no rule against counting. So now we have this queen's ending, which is marginally better for me. Because he offers a draw. What is that? Why would I take a draw here? Ever? I mean, I'm not going to win, but why would I take the draw? That offer itself is tilting me. So rude. It's also tilting me. So he's probably going to get his draw. Easily. Queen g2 check. It's not that rude, now that I think about it. I was wrong. You were right. Ocean Storm. Ah yeah, I like this. Queen h7 check. Yeah, good job. Draw. I don't want to draw. I guess it is a draw. Huh? Yeah, I also have no time. Ugh, I'm sad now. Yeah, the usual educational display of rook endgame technique. It's sad. And I know I could read a book. It's more like... I did actually read some books. It's more like my instincts just don't work. Yeah, thanks. Good game, Ocean Storm. Not a good game. Don't tell him. Don't tell him I said that. Who do we play next? Crunchy Move is saying, Jan, you gave him a tempo. Yeah, that's actually what I thought from afar. That's where I changed my mind. I guess I should explain these things. When I went king e7, I want to go king f6, and then all these lines would be winning if he just took and went king d4. But he can include g5 check. And I did not think this inclusion helps me. Could be wrong. I guess it's just winning somehow, but I could not see it. So here, this is not winning. Still looks winning. King f6, king c4, h5, takes. Sometimes there is this, you bring the king back to some clever square, but no, not here. I don't know, feels winning, but this queen endgame is probably a draw, because it takes me too much time, even if I do it correctly, to pick up both h-pawns. And there's no way I can exchange queens, so yeah. Sorry, no board. I have not done this for a while. That's gotta be my excuse. So what I was talking about is that my original intention was to go king to f6 here after f5 check. But then he has g5 check, and I did not think this helps me, even though maybe it does actually. Just go king e5 now. And here one would have to do the counting. But no, this is not faster than what I got in the game, right? No? My gut feeling is saying this should be winning, but my gut feeling is not great at counting. And here, yeah, with these double h-pawns, probably it's not. So who knows? Anyway, tough game. Thank you, Mr. Ocean Storm. Let's play Mon ami français, Adrien. Is that how it's pronounced? Adrien? What are we talking about? Oh yeah, I like cushion bait, says Marth Niebering. Got his video on Sicilian tactics. Boom. The Fighter 360 says, LOL, we can't see the board. We're not GMs. Yeah, that was not elitist. That was just me not clicking on the right window, which maybe is elitist. Let me play against Adrien Celentano. How do you pronounce that? Adrien is right. Usually it's without the H. No, that's what confused me. But I'm guessing the H is silent. E4. Brandosen is saying, Jan, if we play and I beat you, give me a weekly Banter Blitz segment. Don't say you don't have the power to give me a show. We all know you run this joint. I do not have the power to give you a show. And what scares me more, I might not have the power to beat you, so I might have to make it happen. Adrien. He's not here. Cleaning man. Cleaning man. I like that. What's with all the sexism that's often used in the cleaning business? Let's clean up here. Karukan. I don't know what to do. I'll take. How bad can it be? Good Carlsbad. Lazy strategist saying, Jan, I decided not to follow your advice and learn chess anyway. Next I'm buying a chess set. Why would you need a chess set to learn chess? It's all on the internet. What do people do? Bring the bishop out? In my youth, this was considered a bit of a joke line. Black was just supposed to be fine after queen c8 or queen d7. But I think things have changed a bit and it now has become a somewhat respectable line. No, people have started to play this more. Maybe appreciating White's long-term chances for an attack on the king side a little more than they used to. Not sure what goes where, but it does look like a somewhat promising situation. Bishop h5 makes sense to go bishop back to g6. Really not sure what goes where. Cleaning man, very classically trained. Do we go DE? No, knight d7, black is fine, yeah? I guess I take like this. Yeah. Now I must somehow checkmate him. But how? Probably not like this. Ugh, such a talent. Free move, rook e3. I want rook h3. But it does look very caveman-y. Panther X0 is asking, Jan, are you excited about the NBA having their fake championship tournament soon? Not super excited, but kind of excited. I do miss live sports. I'm not following football in Germany. The soccer league, as you people call it, has been running again. But yeah, that doesn't do it for me. So I'll watch it. I'm not sure if it will be the same experience, blah, blah, blah. But I'll take it if it happens. Nine Dudes saying, keep this game clean, chaps. Someone needs to make a clean pawn break? What are we talking about? About cleaning man, yeah? Sorry, I'm not very fast. I'm also not very sure about my rook on h3. Yeah. You want to clean the queens off the board, huh? Not today. I might not be a big chess strategist, but I can always be counted upon to capture pawns. Okay, now that I took that pawn, how do we proceed? I'm also low on time. Rough times. Rough times at Richmond High. Yeah, don't care. Do your worst. I did not want to be checkmated on the back rank, so I moved my king out of the way, and my beautiful dark twisted fantasy is to reactivate this rook by going rook here, then take this pawn, and then be 2 pawns up. The Fighter 360 saying, Jan, did you know Bundestag A started? I know what that means. Bundestag? Politics? I did not know that. Arken Reaper is saying Jan is quite funny. For a German, we should add that disclaimer. But thank you. Lo Shanghin is asking, hi Jan, have you ever played four-player chess game before? I have not, but I can't wait. I hear it's twice the fun. And I did not do the math, but that means must be a lot of fun, no? Like, imagine the fun you're having while you're just playing regular chess and then doubling it. I like my chances here. I want to clean more pawns off the board. But it did not happen. Thanks, cleaning man. That was a fun game. Could have been double the fun if more parties had been involved. But we'll take it for what it was. Let me play Mighty Dog. And always remember, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog. Oh, Bitchotomato Zero saying, who do you think is funnier, you or Magnus? I think Magnus is funnier. I will not confirm or deny that I am legally obliged to state that. Cthulhu is saying, that's what I used to tell my ex-wife, but she wasn't buying it. Not sure what that is. Kafka 101 is saying, Jan is the Ice Cube of Banter Blitz. Yeah, that Ice Cube I get early. I get often, but not later Ice Cube, not, the family-friendly. Producing comedies. I get more of a missing CD5 followed by knight takes d5. No Vaseline. Ice Cube sort of vibe. Like post NWA, but still angry. If you understand what I mean. Not like 21 Jump Street, Ice Cube, but somewhere between being mad about Dre and thinking, you know what? I make real money now. I'm gonna lose my anger. That's how I feel, except for the money. And the anger. Cthulhu is saying, what about Ice Cube and Friday? I'm not a big fan of the Friday franchise. Also, pardon me if I get this wrong. I don't think I will. I'm not a big Chris Tucker guy. I don't know why. Not for me. I do enjoy the music more than the acting. Christopher Mikrover is saying, Jan, why don't you make your own Twitch channel like GM Hikaru? Yeah, that's a good idea. I do work at good old Chess24 over here. So I guess currently, or not currently, forever ever, I'm sticking to the Chess24 channel, where I will show up plenty in the near and or distant future, Mainly doing commentary, not so much talking nonsense playing, but that will also happen somewhat more frequently, I guess. As for my own channel, it's tricky because, yeah, doing this Chess24 stuff, believe it or not, is my job. So I don't think I would start one of my many jobs, other than being an Ice Cube film critic. I don't think starting my own Twitch channel is in the cards anytime soon. Juicy J72 is saying, Jan probably did the research for Magnus. On what topic? Ice Cube albums? I have to admit, many people are saying Ice Cube is their guy and their first influence when it comes to American hip-hop. It was a little too early for me. I wasn't very gangster yet. And as you can tell, I'm very, very OG now. Ugh, it sounds so wrong to use these terms. I apologize. But anyway, Ice Cube was a little before my hip-hop days. I grew up more on Dr. Dre, Eminem, bit of a Tribe Called Quest in there. Fugees, The Score. Those were my times. These early Ice Cube albums, somehow not that much. Wu-Tang, of course. Everyone likes Wu-Tang. What's going on in this game? I should make a move. Who cares what move? Maybe here. Looks a bit scary, but the bishop is currently undefended. Therefore, if he takes, I take. And this exchange should favor me, because I took his bishop. He just took one of my pawnsies. Cthulhu is saying, you didn't start listening to rap until your 20s. First of all, very rude. I'm assuming that's very rude. Secondly, I guess I really got into it around 97, 98 when the wonderful phenomenon that in the Germany, I thought this game was over, by the way, but it's not after c5, because if my bishop goes away, d6, it will be sort of boxed in. Ugh, who knew? I don't want that. I'll give up the bishop for nothing. What was I talking about? Yeah, I think 98 was a big year for me hip-hop-wise, because that's when German hip-hop, believe it or not, that's a thing, started taking speed, especially in my city, the city of Hamburg. And the band Absolutely Beginner, released their seminal, I don't know what seminal word means, but it sounds like a smart word, album Bambule, and things were never the same. There were also artists like 1-2 or 1-2, but we say 1-2, Semi Deluxe, Dynamite Deluxe, Ferris MC. It was a magical summer of, I guess, 98. I was kind of 20-ish then. Flex Wheezy saying, Dendemann, it's still a big pain for me, and I've talked about this plenty. Sorry that I only have my 5 talking points. That the album Gefährliches Halbwissen by 1-2 is not available on Spotify or anywhere really. So someone please fix that. Creed Monster X is saying, Eimsbusch Tapes mit Harald Schmidt im Intro. Mr. Schnabel und der Wicked MC. Typen mit dem Eimsbusch-Styli. Alright, I feel we're losing viewers. I'm being told. Topic is too elitist. Back to chess. Stick to chess, Jan. Okay, what do I take? I take h3, g2. Maybe bring the bishop to the action. Bring the bishop. Bring the... See, I don't dare to quote Wu-Tang further here. Bring the effing bishop. Give me that pawn. Or do I take the pawn or the rook? I'll take the pawn. Knight d3 was picking up what in the business we call the exchange by attacking the queen and the rook. But knight takes g2 is weakening the king, attacking the rook as well. And I figured, using my grandmasterliness, that after the knight returns to f4, It will be very tough for Mighty Dog to hang in there. Now I shall target this pawn, which looks hard to defend to me. Juicy J72 is saying, my dad met my mom on the Reeperbahn. Glad to hear. Erzuman Rishvanuglu is saying, Jan, I love your face mimic during your talking. Do you mean you like my facial expressions, or do you like to mimic my face? Maybe that's a new TikTok genre. You could take ridiculous things I say and mimic them. I think it could be a hit. If it works for Sarah Cooper, why wouldn't it work for you? Fighter 360 is saying, you leaked your city from, I think your city, can you leak your address? Mildly creepy, no? No, but I do live in Hamburg, Germany. The city where it rains more than anywhere else in the world. That, I believe, is the Hamburg City tagline. Let's play We'll Give Jan Pawns. If he lives up to his name. Hope's Thin is saying, Jan, you should plug a Chess24 podcast, episode 1, Magnus Carlsen. Happy to plug it, but is that happening? Is that a thing? Happy to plug it if it is. If I have to do it, sounds like a good idea too, frankly. I think a chess podcast is a good idea. Shout out to Perpetual Chess for following through on that thought years ago. Zealands is saying, I heard Wind of Change on the radio yesterday. Did you like German band The Scorpions? Does anybody know another Scorpion song than Wind of Change? I do not think so. And now you're gonna Google it and say, no, White Dove or something. They only have one song. Wind of Change my mind. All right, we'll give Jan pawns. You should allow me to keep that pawn. Yeah, rock you like a hurricane. Klaus Meine, I appreciate you watch my shows, but we all know that you are the lead singer of the Scorpions, if you know such facts. What happened here? So, what's going on? What should I plug? I'll be busy doing the usual nonsense. And by the usual nonsense, I mean commentating the Mr. Dodgy Invitational over this weekend. Starts tomorrow, 4 p.m. Fun roster. Was it rooster or roster? Sorry. I can't read the script that Mr. Dodgy wrote. Let's see. The Mr. Dodgy Invitational is the most important chess event ever in the history of chess. Maybe just a note there, maybe the chess is a little redundant, Mr. Dodgy. You already had chess as chess event. It shall feature top players such as Laurent Fressinet. Now, no, maybe don't start with Laurent. Anish Giri, Niels Grandelius, top player. Anton Korobov. Oh, that's cool, actually. I like Korobov. Peter Svidler. Oh, he's playing. Peter Heine Nielsen. Wow, Peter Heine making a rare chess appearance? Hang on, I gotta focus here, because We'll Give Jan pawns has not really given me pawns, so do not think that I did not notice. Can I take just for funsies? We'll give Jan pawns queens. I calculated till here, and let's use calculated in very generous, broad terms. And I thought, that was the thought process. And let's stick with the script. Where was I? Oh, I was reading out the Mr. Dodgy script. David Howell. I don't think his last name is spelled H-O-W-L, Mr. Dodgy. But okay, I'll trust you. Bishop G5, horsey here. Don't I emerge with more stuff? Queen takes, bishop takes. We emerge with an equal amount of stuff. That's not good enough for me. Then I'll take this. David Navarra. That's cool too. But how many Navarras do you need in one tournament? The Fighter 360 is saying, I like how Jan is trying to avoid controversy by saying he doesn't know about stuff and sound confused. Really smart, LOL. You're the same guy that just asked for my address? Yeah, sorry, I have to read up on all this stuff. I was busy getting a second kid. I must have, missed a little of Reddit, but I promise to catch up. And then I'll have all the hot takes if I'm very elitist or just slightly elitist. I think not that elitist because I hate everybody equally. I'm not sure if that counts, but that's where I currently stand. As for this game, isn't it a fun position? I have a bunch of pieces. His king is somewhere in the middle. I guess I'm doing fine. Those are my current thoughts on the issue. But I have to admit, I have to read up some more. Nine Deuce is saying, just say you live in a chess palace. Who would want to do that? And what's a chess palace? They maybe have one in Illista or somewhere. I live... I can't say too much. How is this position? I feel I should be much better, but I'm not 100% sure. It's very confusing. H4, H5, H6, H7 is a plan that slightly worries me, to be perfectly honest. G4 worries me less. First of all, the rook is hanging here. Secondly, it doesn't threaten that much. I could go knight G3, followed by bishop takes H1, but I'm not sure I have to. Yeah, I don't like G4. I think H4 was more, where was it? Maybe ED, followed by D4. D3 was also interesting. I don't know. Continues being very confusing to me. Mighty Dog is saying, hey Jan, long-term fan, thanks for the game. Thank you so much, Mighty Dog. Sebastian Shaw saying, Jan, you are the bomb. Who's Sebastian Shaw? Is that an X-Men villain? Sounds like an X-Men villain. Are you a villain? Or is that just your real name? What's the X-Men villain? It is Sebastian Shaw, no? Someone tell me. These are the kind of things that will keep me up at night. Other than that new kid that I will from now on blame on everything. Lack of being informed, lack of being awake, lack of vitamin D. It's all your fault, kid. Not lack of B12, because I take my supplements. F5. Stop making this game so complicated. Can't we just be friends? We'll give Jan pawns. At least you live up to your name every now and then. The queen also somewhat struggles to find a good square, no? enough time to think about every single move. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. He resigns. Position, to me, doesn't feel better or worse than it felt all the way. I should be winning, because my pieces are nicely coordinated and so on. But I wouldn't resign. Play King D2 or whatnot. Anyway, that was a fun game. Thank you. We'll give Jan pawns. Suki Ray wants to know, ready for basketball at Disney World? Yeah, ready-ish. I'll watch. I do have that NBA TV subscription. But I haven't been that excited. It feels like so far away that I don't know. But yeah, I'll certainly watch. Let's play Ladry. Sebastian Shaw is saying, you're the first person to mention what my name references. There you go. I have a pretty solid nerducation. And I'm glad I wasn't wrong, because it rang a bell, but I wasn't 100% sure. Sebastian Shaw is evil. Aachen Reaper 44 is. 44, is that Berlin-Neukölln? He's asking, which team do you support, Jan? Messio wants to know, did you name the baby LeBron? Yeah, but I think we'll call him Bronny, mainly. No, I did not. Which team do I support in basketball? I'm mainly a LeBron hater, which is why it's sort of weird. I call the kid that. So I usually just root for whatever team can beat him, while at the same time I want him to go to the finals so I can root against him in every round, if that makes sense, which I guess it doesn't. So I'll be rooting for the Clippers in the conference finals while hoping that the Lakers win so I can root for the Bucks in the finals, if you understand. If you don't understand, I understand. Blade Master Solve is saying, Jan, you totally look like a Studentenverbindungsguy. I don't know what that means. I'll take it as a compliment because I guess it means I look very young. As for Studentenverbindung, aren't they associated with like weird stuff like fencing and doing weird stuff? I don't think that's a good thing in Germany, no? I've never been around any Studentenverbindung, so I wouldn't know. But sounds, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're in a Studentenverbindung, let me know. It sounds like in Germany that's probably not a positive association. Am I right about that? Anyway. I'm up Kois is saying they're right-wing too. Yeah, I'm not sure all of them are. That's why I'm being careful. But yeah, my associations with it were also something that I wouldn't want to be associated with. Maximilian M is saying, and what's your take on Haftbefehl's new album? I haven't heard it yet, I have to admit. The White Album. Haftbefehl, das weiße Album. It's on my Spotify, but I haven't had a chance. Or I downloaded it on my Spotify even. Most things are on Spotify. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but I have high hopes. Although, I'm not sure if Haftbefehl isn't doing too well by now. I'm not sure if he can still keep his ear to the streets, Dr. Dre style. Well, if we're following his Insta stories, which of course I'm not, it's just something I heard, and his wife or girlfriend's Insta stories. He's living the life, and he's earned it. Haftbefehl is fun. He's united a lot of people. Therefore, shout out to him. I'll check out the new album. Haftbefehl, if you're watching, big fan. Oh, Bicho D'Amato Zero is saying, did you enjoy Magnus' rap performance? Yeah, I think it's cool he did it. Personally, not a big fan of autotune. That song was very autotune heavy. And my Norwegian is still crappy, so I could not figure out all the lyrics, but I think it's very cool he did it. Dutch Defender is saying, German is very, very hard to learn. Nee, volgens mij is Duits echt niet zo moeilijk. Moet je een beetje minder Scheveningen zeggen of zo. Maar als je Nederlands praten kunt, is Deutsch echt niet zo schwer. So sieht es mal aus. What's his position? I should be doing fine now, no? Payman saying, je Nederlands is goed. Nee, helemaal niet. Maar I would like to learn some proper Dutch. I feel I'm not that far away. Rocketman Murphy is saying, yeah, I know you're into nutrition stuff, so you must watch a few fitness YouTubers. Oh, this is gonna get embarrassing for me. First of all, I'm in bad shape. I blame Corona and the kid, of course. I put on a bunch of kilos, not too bad, but I'm up to like 93 kilos, which is sort of on the heavy side for me because I don't think I added a lot of muscle mass. I am back to going to the gym. I feel somewhat weird about it, but I'm doing it. So he's asking, take on Athlean X Natty or not drama with Greg Doucette. Athlean, I've seen some videos, I think. I'm mainly what are these guys called? Buffed guys? I think they're called buffed guys. Buffed dudes? Buffed dudes, I think they're called. Shout out to the buffed dudes. Big fan. Buffed dudes. Oh, I'm down to 1 minute. I should make some buff moves. I can't think. Brain freeze, brain freeze. Galactic is saying, you mean chest brass? No, big fan of the chest brass too. Shout out to the chest brass. And I heard Anish Giri, he's starting a channel. Word on the street is it's called Chest Drass, but I have not confirmed that yet. Sorry, Anish. It's not that funny, is it? Yeah. He'll be very disappointed with me. And rightly so. Not Wesley so, rightly so. We have now entered we've made enough random moves. Let's get to the flagging phase of this game. My brain is so slow. I know those of you who are good at chess, some offense to those of you who aren't good at chess, can probably see how I'm trying to think, but the brain is just reacting so slowly that it really, really pains me. And yeah, I don't know what to do about it. Speed that brain up? Not sure it's happening. I mean, I will flag him, but is that satisfying? Does that bring true happiness? Is the pursuit of happiness to flag random strangers in dark alleys? Ich don't think so. See? Not happier. Not one bit. The Hanker does say that is the pursuit of happiness. All right. Maybe that is life. Trying to distract ourselves from what's happening out there by flagging random strangers. And I meant no offense by calling you a random stranger Pygmalion 92. What time is it? We have some time. There's the clutch thing. The clutch thing starts at 8. The choker thing starts at 10. So much action. The dodgy thing starts tomorrow 4 p.m. The drunken horse starts right here, right now. Pygmalion 92 is saying, thanks for the game. It's a real stress to play from touchpad, but thanks for the game. Get a mouse. Avoid that stress. That's one bit of stress that I think you can just, get rid of. Minimizing stress is important for all of us. So I think purchase of a mouse, if it brings down your stress levels, will help. H6 is a strange move. Not sure I like it. It's, I'm just making indecisive random moves as long as I can. Oh, there's knight c4. Yeah, h6 was weird, as mentioned. Playing very badly. Poor Strunky. That's a strange move. Rook b1. What do you want from me? Do you want to go b4? I would play a4 before you go b4. Sorry. g5, he might go g4. I'm not sure I want that. Not sure what goes where. I'll just move around randomly. Let's stop pretending to understand any chess. You made me do it. I was never gonna play knight d4. Although Josef Dorfman taught me. That's the plan. But you made me by attacking the poor horsey. I had no choice. This one's on you. f5, knight e5. Who knows? Is this a safe pre-move? I struggle with en passant pre-move situations greatly. Also, I tried to calculate knight e4, f5, knight c5, fg, but I'm not sure how far I got in that pursuit. We'll deal with it when we get there. Queen d1, but now I can go here, no? The knight does not have a lot of squares. And the drunken horse realizes what he's done to his own horse and resigns. Thanks for the game, Mr. Drunken Horse. Bunch of non-premium challengers here. I can't accept those, I'm sorry. Bunch of challengers though, so that's good news. Still people showing up for these beautiful shows of ours. Thanks for that. Sanat Singhal, number 3. What is that number 3? Is that do we have some Facebook name import function, or how does this happen? Also with the dots, these usernames always confuse me. Is that if you click on sign up with Facebook or something? And on Facebook, Sanat Singal 1 and 2 were already taken? Please explain. Maximilian M is saying the en passant pre-move is what it's all about. Couldn't agree more. Paul Bottomer is saying, Jan, keep it up. Not the first time I hear that. Usually in different contexts. Extrazen is saying, in the future, imagine being able to play chess with the power of the mind or by just moving the eyes. The X-Men must have developed that technology, no? Professor X or Magneto, they could easily do that. Magneto, you know, just by, at least if it's pieces out of metal, Professor X must have had a way long ago. Anyway, Sanat is not here, so sorry. Then let's go. With John Emanuel. What Emanuels do I know? I know Ari Emanuel. I know Emanuel Berg. I know Emanuel Lasker. That might be my full list of Emanuels. I was about to say I'm going to have to check my Emanuel manual, but that would be a lame joke. Kant is being brought up, and I mean the philosopher Immanuel Kant. So don't write to the whatever Twitch police. Jan cursed again. Immanuel Kant. That's how it's pronounced in German. It's not Kant, it's Kant. But I did not count him because he's spelled with an I, and we're talking about Emmanuel's with an E. Like John Emmanuel. Taco Tactics is saying, LOL, Emmanuel Manuel. See? It amused someone. Worth it. Thanks, Taco Tactics. Ultra Blood is saying, how could Jan get strong at chess playing in a boat against himself? That's Alpha Zero style. Strong is very relative, no? Also, I'm sure many people have been on a boat playing with themselves and got strong by doing it, no? This show is getting out of hand. I did not stay on that boat forever. I made it off. I got off. Eventually. And got even stronger. Maximilian M is saying, Pinneberg 1996. Did I win? Did I win something in Pinneberg 1996? That sounds like one of the stages of my great triumphs. Did I win German under 17? I think that was it. German under 17 championship. I want some of your pawns, John Emanuel. Can I go like queen b6 and attack a bunch of them maybe? Guess there's long castles. But long castles. Looks risky. I might go after that king. Taco Tactic is saying one arm strong. That is what I was implying, Taco Tactics. Zeelands is saying Kant is a Scottish name. Once again, K-A-N-T. I think they transplanted to Germany? I would not know. Maybe. Canterbury? Van the Turtle is saying, schön, dass ihr endlich auf Twitch seid. We've been on, that's German for, finally you're on Twitch, or I'm happy you're finally on Twitch. We've been here for years, no? Like, not often. It's just, you know, it's a slow grind, but I think we've been here. By we, I mean, the Chess 24s. Maybe not for years, I don't know. Sona Timex is saying, we need to clip these. The Kant things? Nah, those could be taken out of context. We should talk more about Immanuel Kant on this show, though, right? I'm Googling Immanuel. Manuel Neuer is the first hit. See Kant? Even if you put in Immanuel, Manuel Neuer is the first thing that shows up. That's how famous you are with your theories. I'm winning, no? Takes Queen A5. Maybe I should have thought for like 5 seconds and gone knight takes C3. Maybe 1 second. But I did not. All right, let's read up on Immanuel. Born 724 in Königsberg, Preußen. Died 1804. It's a pretty long life, no, for the times. German philosopher. That much I knew. The Age of Enlightenment. Aren't we still in the Age of Enlightenment? Why am I playing so stupidly, by the way? In his doctrine of transcendental, maybe he was a dentist too, idealism, he argued that space, time, and causation are mere sensibilities. Things in themselves exist, but their nature is unknowable. Ugh. You smart people and your smart stuff. This is not an elitist show. Go away, Immanuel, with your things in themselves, space, time, causation, postmodern aesthetics. Enough. I'll leave you to Maximilian Meinhardt. What's going on? Can I finally checkmate you, sir? Still no checkmate? Why do I never have time? Feels very unfair. I do have rooks, so that's good. But the time situation, I am not happy with. Rocketman Murphy is saying, Hegel is way better than Kant. Yeah, I don't know. I have enough stuff to deal with. I can't, get into a was Hegel a Kant debate. Juicy J72 is saying Schopenhauer had it right about Hegel. Boy, I was not aware there was so much philosopher drama in 2020. Christopher Mikrovel wants to know, Jan, will you play the Jerome later? I don't know what that is. So probably not. I will play the Dodomomo later. Meso00 is saying these things happen when you spend the middle game Googling cunts. I understand. It's a risk I'm willing to take, just like the Mora Gambit. Nine Deuce is saying, I'm going to go on holiday to Alicante. You did misspell Alicante, Nine Deuce, which is just stating a fact, not saying that's good or bad. But if you did book your Airbnb with that spelling, you might want to check that you'll end up in the right place. I'm assuming that you mean Alicante in Spain, which is a beautiful place, and you'll have a lovely time. Enjoy your holidays, Mr. Nine Deuce. What is this line? I don't know what they play here. Bishop B5? Bishop B3 also exists, huh? Garrel says, I hate Spain. That's strange to me. I love Spain. I spent many of my formative years in Spain. And yeah, I love it there. Love the food, the weather, the people, the vibe, the sea. the non-C. Big fan. 9 Deuce is saying, I'm not really going, I just want a cheesy cunt pun. I honestly completely missed that. And I feel bad now that I berated you for misspelling Alicante when all you went for was the cunt pun. Apologies, 9 Deuce. But you should go to Alicante. It's beautiful. What's going on here? Queen d5. Knight c3 is probably what someone with any courage would have done. So, there's bishop takes c6. I gave up the pair of bishops, but I will develop by hitting the queen with tempo, with horsey here, and then things will hopefully fall into place. I can maybe attack some other things. With tempo means that you clean your nose while you make that move, just in case, you know. Some of these terms are flying over your head. So, depending on where the queen goes, I can hopefully push it around further. Wes on the Hudson says, Sartre said, in football everything is complicated by the presence of the opposite team. Probably applies to chess too. Yeah. Those are some deep insights, Jean-Paul. I always confuse Jean-Paul Gaultier and Jean-Paul Sartre. I never confuse them with Jean-Pierre Papin. Jean-Pierre Papin. Just so you know. Rocketman Murphy saying, and this is the first time I've ever had an excuse to talk about philosophy in chat. Naturally. It's already a shameful topic. Get that philosophy out of here. Juicy J72 saying, haven't read any Rorty. What's Rorty? Is that like a combination of Rick and Morty? Do they publish under their name Rorty? Queen d4? It's asking for trouble, no? Ask and you shall be given. I have a feeling this is not gonna end well, Dodo Momo 007. Because the king the king is on shaky ground. All right, let's talk important stuff. What good series are out there? I haven't watched good stuff for a while. I've been, you know, in these challenging times of ours. I've been watching serious stuff. I've been watching like Trial by Media and 13s and Selma, stuff like that. But to switch your brain off, what are you guys watching? Witcher? Nah. Also, last game, because the other thing is starting. The clutch. So let me get one game in and give me some serious hot takes. Please know that I've watched most things. So ideally give me something reasonably recent. I've seen Peaky Blinders, for example. It's fantastic. Bojack I've seen. And so on and so on and so forth. But I will read up on it later. Jay Whalen saying, have you seen Dark? I've seen Dark. Didn't like it. Ugh. So German. No jokes. Go away with your elaborate time travel logic. Give me some jokes. Better Call Saul gets some votes. Yeah, I'm somewhere in the season like 2.5. I hear that gets much better. I went left somewhere in the depth of what was it called? The sandpaper case was a little slow for my ADHD, but I've heard from many people. Many people have called me and said, as if anybody ever calls anybody. That's good stuff. Flint Town by Maximilian M. Is that serious stuff? Is that about the water and Flint? What's Flint Town? While I play my last game against Migli Mao. Flint Town. Focuses on, thoughts and conflicted emotions of the men and women serving to protect urban areas of Flint, Michigan, struggling with poverty, crime, financially strapped public services, and the Flint water crisis. That does sound interesting. I'll watch that. But it's not exactly the brain switch off stuff that I was looking for. That sounds like, Maximilian, have you seen Minding the Gap? Where we're talking like serious documentaries about serious issues. Minding the Gap is fantastic. Colin is saying Into the Night is very binge watchable. Never heard of that one. Thanks, Colin. Into the Night. Watch Minding the Gap, people out there. Into the Night. I'm going to lose on time looking up all these series, but worth it. Into the Night. Belgian-Polish apocalyptic sci-fi drama. Belgian-Polish co-production, Colin? I think I heard about that. Into the Night, Rotten. Sorry, I'm just looking up Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not saying one should go Into the Night, Rotten. Yeah, good reviews. All right. Christopher Miko is saying, have you seen Joe Exotic recently? Isn't he in jail? I have watched Tiger King. I found it fascinating. I understand there's some debate around it, but I couldn't stop watching. I found it so fascinating that people like that exist, first of all, live like that, can have these thousands of big cats. Thought probably not thousands, but yeah, I was very, very drawn to the screen. Okay, I gotta speed up here. Migli Mao. Queen f4 is not the type of move that will win you the coolest player alive prizes, but it might win you a pawn. And at the end of the day, if you look back at your life, the things you've done, the games you've played, what would you rather have? Coolest player alive prize or an extra pawn in this game? I think we can all agree. Yeah, this, unfortunately for Migli, more or less plays itself. More love for Into the Night. Migli, Migli, Migli. You don't think I can do this in 38 seconds? You might be right. That would be fun, no? Like c4, rook takes b2, c5, king d5, rook d7 check. Would be a fitting end to our little family show here. Okay, let's go home. The tactics. Brilliant, Jan. How many years of playing yourself on that boat did it take until you mastered tactics like Knight to H2? That's just amazing. I'm not sure if I can ever get to your level. Ah, sorry, I'm talking to myself again. Anyway, it's been fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the show. Now, I don't think I have to tell you, Clutch is going to start. The world champion of the chess, Magnus Carlsen, will play tomorrow. We have a bunch of guys who are not world champions, but some of them want to be a world champion or are very close to the world champion, either in training camps or in best Scandinavian players list. I am, of course, talking about the Mr. Dodgy Invitational here on Chess24, featuring stars like David Howell, David Navarra, Peter Svidler, Peter Heine Nielsen, Anish Giri, no other Anish, Niels Grandelius, Laurent Fressinet, Anton Korobov. I might have forgotten someone, and they should be offended by me forgetting them. Come watch that at 4 p.m. Go premium on Chess24 to challenge in these lovely Banter Blitz shows and to support young up-and-coming artists like Mr. Dodgy and their tournaments that need to be funded, staffed, commentated, marketed. Okay, I'm pushing it. Anyway, I'm doing commentary tomorrow. Magnus playing now. See you. Bye.